A small front yard garden, neat wooden raised beds, tidy rows of tomatoes, peppers, herbs. Nothing messy, nothing wild. Just a peaceful, productive corner where a homeowner could step outside and pick fresh food for dinner. But to the HOA, it was a violation. One morning, the homeowner found the dreaded letter taped to their door. Remove your unauthorized garden immediately. Only turf grass and ornamental plants are permitted in front yards. Not a suggestion, not a warning, a command. And with it came the threat of $100 daily fines. The homeowner was stunned. This wasn't junk or clutter. It wasn't a broken down car in the driveway. It was food, healthy, clean, and carefully maintained. At first, they thought maybe they could reason with the board. They sent photos showing how beautiful the garden looked. They pointed out that it was cleaner than half the patchy lawns on the street. The HOA's response? Cold and simple. Rules are rules. But here's where the story takes a turn. Instead of backing down, the homeowner did their homework. They discovered that their state actually had something called a right to garden law. It was designed to protect homeowners from exactly this kind of overreach. As long as the garden was safe, tidy, and didn't block sidewalks or utilities, the HOA couldn't ban it outright. Armed with this knowledge, the homeowner decided to fight. They didn't just fight for themselves, they rallied the neighborhood. It turned out that several residents wanted their own gardens but had been too afraid to push back. Together they signed a petition. One by one, signatures filled the page. And when the next HOA meeting came, the homeowner didn't walk in alone. They walked in with a crowd. Neighbors spoke up. Why can't we grow our own food? This garden is the nicest part of the block. We pay fees for community, not control. The board tried to hold firm. They waived the bylaws, insisted on uniformity, and claimed gardens made the neighborhood look less upscale. But then came the biggest blow. The local news picked up the story. A segment aired titled HOA versus Homegrown Vegetables. Cameras showed the lush garden, kids helping water plants, neighbors picking herbs. Public opinion exploded online and nearly all of it was against the HOA. Suddenly, the board wasn't just fighting one homeowner. They were fighting the entire community and the court of public opinion. Under mounting pressure, they had no choice. The HOA backed down. The fines were dropped, the violation was erased, and the homeowner's garden stayed right where it was. But here's the best part. It didn't stop there. Inspired by the victory, other neighbors planted their own gardens. Before long, the street had transformed. Porches with pots of basil, raised beds filled with zucchini, even a community corner where kids learned how to grow food. The HOA's attempt to stamp out individuality had backfired spectacularly. Instead of control, they sparked a movement. This story is proof. Sometimes HOAs forget that homes are meant to be lived in, not staged like showroom models. And when they go too far, all it takes is one person standing up, backed by a community, to remind them where the real power lies. So tell me, what would you do if your HOA told you to rip out your garden? Would you pay the fine, or would you fight? Drop your answer in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because every week we bring you the wildest real HOA stories you won't believe.